Good afternoon and welcome to Lovington Lady Cat Softball from New Allmark Digital and Z94 KZOR Sports. I'm TJ Miracle. Yep, a little bit late getting on the air. Thank you very much to to construction between Lee County and Roswell, and thanks very much to trying to find a place to set up here at Goddard High School. But we are here, we are ready, and we are ready to go in this district matchup today between your Lovington Lady Cats and the Lady Rockets of Goddard. Lovington trying to get to 2-2 in the district season after their games this past Friday in Artesia. The question is, which team will show up? Will it be the team that took Artesia to the very brink, or will it be a little bit inconsistent? Well, hopefully we will get the team that comes out and takes care of it early. So, all right, yep. So I'm standing up and I am outside, so the scorebook may be a bit of of an adventure. Scorebook will definitely be a bit of an adventure, and had a little trouble reading some of the names on the roster for Goddard. So, yeah, we'll just make it work as best as we can. Leading off for your Lady Cats, it'll be Leslie Corral. She bats first and plays shortstop. Batting second is the DP, Delilah Ruiz. Batting third, playing center, Zimmery Ellis. Batting in the 4 slot is the first baseman today, Johanna Ochoa. Batting fifth and playing in right field, Nini Hernandez. Batting sixth, playing third, Zoe Ellis. Batting seventh is the left fielder, Bailey Garcia. Batting in the 8th slot and pitching, it'll be Desiree Quiroga, and in the 9 slot playing second base will be Audrey Rivero. About 87 degrees as we start this one from here in the Pecos Valley in Roswell, New Mexico. This district matchup here this afternoon as we pretty much come to the halfway point of the district schedule. So Corral will step in. I know that's Juliet Gallegos on the hill, or in the ring, I should say. So here we go. We are ready to start this one off, and the first pitch is going to be high, and that will be ball number 1. So I think I'm not going to worry so much about balls and strikes in my book. I will worry about it on the scorebook. So a 1-ball, no strike count to Corral, leading it off. As Gallegos twirls and fires, and that one will be a hard shot up the middle, going to find its way through. It'll be a leadoff single. Nice job there to go with what they gave her for Corral, and she will have the leadoff single for the Lovington Lady Cats. Just shot it right back up the middle. So now to be Delilah Ruiz, Lovington in the road royal unis with the white pinstripes. Goddard in the home whites with the Columbia blue lettering and numbering. So the wide in the first pitch, that one will be up and away. Ball number 1 to Ruiz. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Runner over at first is Leslie Corral. Outfield playing fairly deep. Everybody else pretty much normal positions, and the pitch showing bunt and the throw down, and that one is going to get away from the second baseman and go out into center field. So the stolen base, and then the error that could get a run home is rounding third and heading home as that one will roll all the way to the fence, and it will be a stolen base and then a 2-base error, and Lovington will take the lead 1-0. So the throwing error leads to the run for the Lovington Lady Cats. And just like that, Lovington is in the lead. And I believe it was ball 2 at the plate. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Base is clear now for Delilah, and she'll shoot that one foul over next to the Goddard dugout. So just underway, Lovington already up 1-0 after an error by the Lady Rockets of Goddard. So infield's moved in just a little bit for Ruiz. As Gallegos deals that one high in the air. If it falls, it could be trouble, but it will fall foul out into right field. And so that'll be strike 2. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Nobody out, 1 run already across for the Lovington Lady Cats. Aggressive base running for Lovington and a throwing error on the catcher for Goddard. And the pitch swung on. That one is popped up into shallow right field and going to fall between the second baseman and the right fielder. And so it'll be a little bloop single out to right. So back-to-back singles, and the Lady Cats are in business here in the first. So I'll bring Zimmery Ellis to the plate. Of course, Zim, the biggest power threat in the Lady Cat lineup. is their home run leader. Nobody out, one on. Lovington trying to break it open here in the top of the first. First pitch to Zim, snap throw down, and that one's going to be another error, going to get away, but backing it up is the right fielder who gets to it quickly, as that is Compa out there who tosses it in and saves the error, but it is ball one at the plate to Ellis. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Ruiz at first, and the pitch swung on, and that's a line shot going all the way out to the wall in left as Coach McCraw is going to wave Ruiz around. She goes to third. She is heading home, and it is an RBI double right down the line in left as Delilah Ruiz will get cashed in on the double to left by Zimmery Ellis, and Lovington up 2-0. Still nobody out moved the line for Johanna Ochoa. As Ochoa steps in, Ellis stands at second after the RBI double. First pitch from Gallegos. Ochoa chases one high for strike number one. So a no-ball, one-strike count from here in Roswell at Goddard High School today. A 1 count, Gallegos winds. That one will be away. And the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1-ball, 1-strike count, Ellis at second. A leadoff single, then a two-base error. Then the swing and a punched out into right field. That one's going to go all the way to the wall. As Ochoa rounds first, she is heading to second. Ellis rounds third, is heading home. Ochoa not pulling up, and she is motoring into third. It'll be an RBI triple to right for Johanna Ochoa, as she will cash in Ellis, and the Lady Cats have the bats clicking early and taking advantage of Goddard mistakes. So that'll be Nini Hernandez, the right fielder for the Lady Cats. Nini will step in. Lovington leading this one already 3-0, nobody out. First pitch to Nini, that one will be high for ball number one. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Ochoa at third after the RBI triple, 3-0, top of the first. Still nobody out. Ellis waits on deck, followed by Garcia. Gallegos will deal, and that one will be low for ball number two. So a 2-ball, no strike count is Coach McCraw telling Hernandez, wait for your pitch. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Gallegos quickly back to work. She'll deal, and that one, good pitch on the outside corner, makes it a 2-ball, 1-strike count. 4 consecutive hits to start the inning, 2 singles, a double and a triple, and the pitch swung on, and Hernandez chases one out of the zone. And that will be strike number 2. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count. Sorry about that again. I'm trying to keep up with too many things here today and no place to set anything. The 2-2 pitch, check swing. Did she go? Ooh, they're going to say she held up. That was very close. So it will run the count full to Hernandez. So now Hernandez with the bright pink bat going to have to play plate protection. Wants to keep the line moving for the Lady Cats, already up 3-0. And the payoff pitch in outside corner called strike 3 as Hernandez goes down looking. And that is the first strikeout of the ball game and the first out of the inning for Gallegos. So now it'll be Zoe Ellis to the plate. Zoe getting the start today over at third. First pitch to Ellis is upstairs and in for ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Both these teams very, very young and fighting a little inconsistency. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one's lifted high in the air. That's going to get over the head of the right fielder and go all the way to the wall. That will cash in Hernandez. Ellis rounds first. She is heading to second. She's not pulling up. She is going to third as Coach McCraw tells her, you're up, you're standing, you're fine. And so it is another RBI triple for the Lady Cats to right as Ellis will cash in Ochoa, and it is 4-0 with the 7 and 8 still to come. So now Bailey Garcia to the plate. Bailey with a little pop in the bat. 1 out, but 4 across. And the first pitch to Garcia crosses the plate on the inside corner. It will be a called strike 1. So the no ball, 1-strike count. Pretty good crowd on hand this afternoon. Pitch to Garcia upstairs, ball number 1. Would expect it to get a little bit busier as the workday concludes here in Roswell. 1-1 pitch. That one will be low for ball number 2. Of course, the natural surface here at Goddard High School on both the baseball and the softball fields. It's a lot like Lovington. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed as Bailey goes out after an outside fastball, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it'll be the 2-ball, 2-strike count. Standing at third is Ellis. That's Zoe. 2-2 pitch swung on, and that one is popped up and out of play on the right side. And at the top of the batting cage, so the count stays 2-2 as Garcia stays alive. Desiree Quiroga, the 8th grade pitcher, waits on deck. Back-to-back singles, a double. Couple of triples, an error, and the pitch swung on. That one is popped up. And the catcher, I would have thought, would have had a shot at that one. I believe that is Crawford back there. And lets it fall, and so Bailey lives to see another pitch, a 2-ball, 2-strike count. 4 runs already across for Lovington, just 1 out here in this top of the first inning. District matchup. Lovington trying to get back to 500 in district. That'll be a chopper. Shortstop handles it, has to double clutch and fires home, but it'll be a sac RBI as that will bring in Ellis from third. So the sacrifice RBI goes 6-3 for out number 2, but the run does come in. So now 5-0 in favor of the Lady Cats as the number 8 hitter Quiroga to the plate. So Quiroga in with the bases cleared, 2 down, and the pitch, and checks it up. Probably shouldn't have. It was on the outside corner, called strike 1. So it'll be a no ball, 1-strike count to Quiroga. Pitcher on pitcher duel, a chance to help herself out here, and that one will be low. And the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So it'll be a 1 ball, 1 strike count. 5 runs across for the Lady Cats, top of the first. The bats have been clicking early. Quiroga is the hitter. And the 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. Took a little bit off of that one. And Quiroga out in front of it for strike number 2. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count, 2 down. Quiroga steps out, collects her thoughts for a moment. Now she's back in. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and gets a piece of it back into the chain link. So the count will remain at 1-2. Outfield still not playing back very far. Well and right, the right fielder is quite a bit further back now. Couple steps over towards right field. Looks like the center fielder. Huge hole in the left alley. And that one will come inside, and having to get the back foot out of the way of that one, it'll be ball number 2 to Quiroga. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Lady Cats, Lady Rockets on this Tuesday afternoon. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. And the pitch took something off of that one and gets her swinging. And that will be strike number 3 as Quiroga goes down swinging. But the Lady Cats will cash in 5. We've played a half inning. It is Lovington 5, Goddard coming to the plate. Lovington Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
5 runs on 5 hits, 1 error committed by Goddard, and nobody left on. The Lady Cats have taken the 5-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the first. Welcome back here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle. The Lady Cats taking on the Lady Rockets of Goddard. So in the ring, it will be Quiroga. A few changes out there for Coach McCraw. So Quiroga again in the ring. our battery mate for today. If I can find it. Yep, there it is, Sanchez. And we will set the rest of it up as we can. You got Ochoa moving over to first. There's normally the third baseman. And then you've got Rivero over at second today. Corral plays at short. You got Ellis, that's Zoe Ellis, playing at third base. And in the outfield, Garcia in right. Ellis, that's Zim, in center. And then your right fielder for today is Nini Hernandez. All right. So we've got all that caught up in the books. And now Lindsey Compa will step in to lead things off for the Lady Rockets of Goddard. Lovington already up 5-0 as the 8th grader twirls and deals upstairs for ball number 1. So it'll be a 1-ball, no strike count. Lady Cat outfield playing deep infield, pretty much their normal positions that you see in softball now. Corner infielders playing pretty much even with the bags. Middle infielders deep, but then coming back as that one swung on. Q shot it off the end of the bat. Yeah, it'll be a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Beautiful afternoon, a light breeze out of the south. Only about 5-10 miles an hour. Probably nothing going to be wind-aided getting out of here today. As Quiroga deals to Compa, the 1-1 pitch. That one is upstairs for ball number 2. On the 2-0 count. Lovington against Goddard. Playing for control of second place in the district at the halfway mark. And the 2-1 swung on. That one is hit high in the air to shallow right center, and that one is going to fall in before Ellis gets to it. Relays it in, and burner down! Yes, ma'am! And so Compa with the single to right, but trying to turn it into the double, is going to be thrown out 8-6 as Corral slaps the tag down, and aggressive base running, and there is one down for the Goddard Lady Rockets. That'll be Keanu Gonzalez to the plate. So Gonzalez will step in for the Lady Rockets. So the base is clear, 1 out. After Compa tried to get a little bit aggressive and got burned down by the good arm of Ellis. First pitch to Compa, outside corner, yes ma'am, called strike 1. So the 0-ball, 1-strike count. Lady Rockets taking on your Lady Wildcats here this afternoon. District matchup, and the 0-1 pitch, and that one is going to just miss away for ball 1. Lady Cat faithful kind of groaning a little bit. So it'll be a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Hernandez waits on deck for the Rockets. And the 1-1 pitch, and that one is going to be high for ball number 2. Trying to frame it up with Sanchez, but didn't bite. So a 2-1 count. Quiroga checks the armband after the coaches relay in the signs. And the 2-1 took something off of that one, and the changeup is in there. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it'll be a 2-ball, 2-strike count, really. Sorry, some stuff going on behind the scenes that just kind of blows the mind. And a 2-2 pitch rolls that one in there. Took something off of it, and I think might have slipped out of the hands a little bit. Trying to get Gonzalez maybe to chase. Probably not going to chase one that hits halfway between home and the ring, though. So that will run the count full to Gonzalez. And the payoff pitch, fastball in there, ringer up and center down as Gonzalez looks to the heavens. And there is 2 down now for the Lady Rockets.
Number 14, senior, Marisol Hernandez.
So it'll be Marisol Hernandez now to the plate. Nobody on, 2 out for the Lady Rockets. Lovington leads this one by a score of 5-0. I'm listening to the PA. That way I can make sure I got the names right. Couple that I could not get. It was just too light on the lineup. So Hernandez steps in, and whoa, Quiroga sails that one for ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no-strike count. Lady Cats and the Lady Rockets here this afternoon from Roswell. And the 1-0 count swung on, popped up over on the right side. Could be playable, it is. Ochoa goes over in front of the Goddard dugout and will make the grab for out number 3. Not the most conventional 1-2-3 inning you'll ever see, but you will take it. We have played an inning, and the Lady Cats lead this one by a score of 5-0. Lovington Lady Cats softball back in just a moment.
Listen up. B&B Rentals and Services has got dumpsters. Can you believe it? 30 and 40-yard dumpsters. These guys are a contractor's dream. B&B Rentals has light plants, porta-john trash trailer combos, office trailers, emergency and recovery trailers. Conveniently located in Lovington, B&B can serve you anywhere in Lee County and the surrounding area. Find B&B Rentals LLC on social media, and if you can remember the number, call 396-1722. B&B Rentals and Services.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
No runs on one hit, no errors committed by the Lady Cats, and nobody left on for the Lady Rockets of Goddard. As we go to the second, it'll be 9-1-2. Due up for Lovington, that will be Rivero, then followed by Corral and Ruiz. So 9-1-2 for Lovington, already leading this one by a score of 5-0. They would love nothing more than to add to that, if at all possible. Of course, you can never get enough runs, really. So Gallegos trying to shake off kind of a rough first inning. Brings her infield in, and they talk about it a little bit. So, okay, ready to go as now Rivero will step in. Audrey getting the start at second. And the first pitch to Rivero. Outside corner called strike one. Now the 0-1 count to the Lady Cat youngster. A 5-0 lead. Of course, that's the thing about Lovington. They are very young this year. And the pitch swung on and missed as Rivero chases one high. A little bit of a riser there from Gallegos. Crawford has to go up and get it. Gallegos and Crawford both looking over into the box. Or into the dugout, I should say. And they have their signs now. And the 0-2 pitch, and that one just going to miss outside for ball one. And groans from the Navy and Columbia-clad crowd here. So the 1-2 strike count. Good eye at the plate for Rivero. That one looked pretty close. And the pitch swung on, and Rivero gets a piece of it to stay alive at 1-2. Gallegos fastball, changeup, riser. Got a little bit of a breaking ball. Don't see it just real often. If she can control it, it can be almost an out pitch for her. And the 1-2 pitch, that'll be the riser. And rises out of the zone for ball number two. So the 2-2 strike count. Top of the second, Lovington leading this one 5-0. Planning on coming to Roswell anytime soon. You might ought to find an alternate route other than going up through Tatum. 2-2 pitch off speed and gets Rivero to swing. She goes through it for strike number 3. So that'll be the third K of the ball game for Gallegos. And turn it back over to the top of the lineup with Corral. Corral singled up the middle her first time up and then scored on a 2-base error after a steal. So now it'll be Leslie Corral to the plate, the freshman shortstop. As Corral settles in, Gallegos will deal. It's the riser, ball one. So the 1-no strike count. Yeah, they really shouldn't let him use umbrellas like that in the stands, but all right, it is what it is. So the 1-no strike count. And the pitch swung on, and that's a hard shot. Shortstop handles it. Double clutches, sidearm fires across the diamond in time for the out. Second put out for the shortstop in this game. And there is quickly 2 away for the Lovington Lady Cats. That is Hernandez over there at short. I'll make a note of that. So now 2 down, and the pitch swung on and just kind of fought off the fists and the handles and out into right field foul territory for strike one to Delilah Ruiz. Ruiz dumped a little weak one out into right her first time up. came around and scored on the RBI double by Zimri Ellis, who waits on deck. Goddard would prefer they not see Zim in this inning. You got to think. So Goddard trying to get a clean inning. 0-1 count. And the wind and the pitch to Delilah. She'll take that one off, and the third baseman knocks it down. Serrano, and it caroms over. Hernandez can't handle it. So that one, the way it was hit and the way it was tailing, I'm going to call that one a single out into left field. So Ruiz will keep the line moving. And a two-out rally may be brewing for Lovington. They can do two-out damage. As now Zimri Ellis to the plate. Zim the RBI double to left and scored. They're playing Zim very shallow. And the first pitch to Ellis is up and away for ball number 1. Center fielder actually playing towards the alley in right center. And the left fielder playing towards the line and left. If Zim keeps it in the park, she could poke it out to left field. That thing could basically roll until it hit Ruidoso. And the 1-0 pitch to Ellis took something off of that one and hits the outside corner. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So it's a 1-1 strike count. Runner at first is Ruiz, reaching on the single. She's 2 for 2, and the pitch, that one, late rise on that one. Good pitch from Gallegos, but out of the zone, ball 2. So the 2-1 strike count, 2 down. Lovington up 5-0. Trying to add to it with a 2-out rally. Gallegos ready to go, and she'll deal. Swung on, popped up over on the right side. If it stays in play, it will be playable. It will not stay in play, as it will bounce just behind the Goddard dugout. And so the count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-2 strike count, Gallegos has settled in nicely after the rocky first inning. And now she'll deal to Ellis. The 2-2 pitch, that one rolls in and gets away from Crawford. And so the passed ball will let Ruiz move down to second. And it'll run the count full to Ellis. So full count, runner in scoring position. You just want to get runs if you are Lovington, because every run counts in district, especially with the tiebreakers and the rules and the way all that goes. 3-2 pitch to Ellis, swung on, lifted high in the air out to right center field. Going back is the center fielder, who catches it in the very end of the glove and snow cones it for out number 3. So the fly out to deep center for out 3. Lovington puts a girl on but can't move her around. We head to the bottom of the second. It's Lovington 5, Goddard nothing. Lovington Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
For 75 years, the Gandy family has been providing outstanding, well-rounded, and diversified services in our oil field community, as well as our proud hometown communities in Lovington and Tatum. Gandy Corporation's family work environment for over 50 members inspires the best in all of us to rise to the top and do our personal best. The Gandy Corporation family is a strong supporter of Lee County's youth and the biggest fan of the Lovington Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats!
No runs on 1 hit, no errors committed, and 1 runner left on. We go to the bottom of the second. Lovington leads Goddard 5-0. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com. So it'll be Roxy Serrano, 4, 5, and 6, middle third of the order. That is Serrano, Guzman, and Crawford due up for Goddard as they try and crawl out of this 5-0 hole. Next up for Lovington, home on Friday night against Portales, doubleheader. Next up for Goddard, they'll have a doubleheader against Artesia. And the pitch, and Quiroga deals in there, strike 1. Quiroga in the ring. Sanchez is her battery mate. Choa Rivero, Corral, Zoe Ellis around the infield, first to third. Garcia, Ellis, and Hernandez outfield left to right. And the 0-1 pitch on the way, swung on. That one is popped up. Could be trouble. It's handled by Corral. Bare hands it, fires to first in time. Beautiful play by the freshman shortstop. Gets it on the bounce, bare hands it, and fires it to Ochoa for out number 1. And Serrano pretty speedy over there. And so there is one down just like that on a great play at short. Didn't overrun it. Took the extra half a heartbeat she needed. Now Carolina's Guzman steps in with one down and nobody on. Quiroga checks the wristband. And she is ready to deal, and that one will be away for ball number 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. The Guzman. Crawford waits on deck, 1 down. Lovington up 5-0. Some rain off towards Ruidoso, looks like. Keeping the temperatures bearable here this afternoon, and the pitch, and that one is going to be outside for ball number 2. Sanchez again having a little trouble corralling a couple of these. Just getting the start here this afternoon. So it's a 2 ball, no strike count. Guzman at the plate. Guzman settles back in. Quiroga ready. She'll deal, and that one will be inside for ball number 3. They are pitching her extremely gingerly. I think maybe that they're avoiding big pop there. So with 3 ball, no strike count, be interesting to see if we got a green light on 3-0 if Quiroga grooves one. Sanchez sets the side. She'll show bunt, pulls it back outside corner. And yeah, takes on basically on there. So with 3 ball, 1 strike count. Sanchez and Quiroga both checking the wristbands. Everybody playing pretty well straight up in the field. 3-1 pitch swung on. That'll be a little pop-up right to second base, and Rivero handles that. 2-hand, young lady, but it works that time, so the pop out to second, and there is 2 down for the Lady Rockets with Marissa Crawford to the plate. So Crawford, the second baseman, to the plate. With 2 down, nobody on. Lovington trying for another clean inning here. So the senior catcher at the plate to face the 8th grade pitcher. And that one with a little late movement on it takes it out of the strike zone for ball number 1. Good pitch, just a little outside. So the 1 ball, no strike count. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is popped up into shallow center field. And on the run, Ellis to it in stride and makes the grab on the fly out to shallow center. It's another 1-2-3 inning for the Lady Rockets of Roswell Goddard. After 2 complete, it's Lovington 5, Goddard nothing. Lady Cat softball back in a moment.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
A clean inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on for the Rockets. We've played 2, and the Lady Cats lead this one by a score of 5-0. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo here this afternoon in Roswell. Great to have you along. I'm never solo because you are with me, of course. Dawn Morgan handling the Hobbs assignment here tonight. She is back in Lee County. So leading it off for Hobbs this inning, it'll be Ochoa, followed by Hernandez and Zoe Ellis. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Lady Cats, trying to add on to a 5-0 lead. I don't think anything can make the Lady Cats happier than maybe making this with an earlier one tonight. So Ochoa, RBI triple her last time up. Also scored, so she is 1 for 1. has the deal, swung on and popped up into shallow right field on the run, and the second baseman got a glove on it but could not hold on to it, so it'll be an E4 as Ochoa will reach via the second error of the ballgame. That probably should have been the center fielder. She had a better run at it than the second baseman, but just didn't work that way. So the E4 in Lovington in business here in the third inning. Sana Hernandez, who struck out her first time up, looking for a little redemption, takes ball one. Again, the right fielder or the center fielder probably had that one. The second baseman made the call, which is within the second baseman's purview, but it'll be strike one at the plate to Ochoa. So the 1-1 strike count. Or pardon me, that's to Hernandez, and Hernandez swings at one that rises out of the zone for strike two. So the Lovington right fielder trying to break her 0 for skid here in this one. Just 0 for 1, though, and the pitch swung on. Reaches at that one, pops it up over on the right side, and the first baseman will drop it, and so it'll wind up being a fielder's choice. Nope, they're going to call foul ball. So Lovington gets a bit of a break there as it was called a foul. First baseman got it in foul ground and dropped it. And that's one of the names I don't have over there. Get him when she comes to bat, but so the 1-2 count and swung on, and that one's popped up and out of play on the right side. So runner at first is Ochoa, who reached via the error. And battling at the plate is Nini Hernandez. So Hernandez with a 1-2 count. As Gallegos will twirl and swung on and getting just a piece of it to stay alive as Hernandez no, chased that riser. Gotta adjust for it. You've seen it now. You're ready. So the 1-2 strike count. Pitch swung on, popped up over on the right side. That one is sky high, similar to a minute ago, and everybody just going to let that one fall in between them. But having to wait to tag up is Ochoa. So Hernandez will reach on the fielder's choice. Ochoa is going to be out 8-6. That'll be the most interesting fielder's choice we've seen. So there is one down now, but still a runner at first. As Zoe Ellis to the plate. RBI triple her last time up and scored. Or no, she just had the triple and a snap throw down to first and easily back over is Hernandez. Wow, they called that a strike at the plate to Ellis. So the 0-1 strike count to the younger Ellis. That's Zoe. A 1 pitch. That one comes inside corner, called strike two. So the 0-2 strike count. Lady Cats leading 5-0, one down, runner at first. As the Lady Cat bats came out swinging, but they have cooled off since. Swung on, and that one is out of play on the right side. Goes all the way over to the practice field next door. Of course, here at Goddard, north part of Roswell, you've got the high school across the street, the baseball field. And you got their soccer field and their softball fields on this side of the street. Pitch, that one will be upstairs for ball number one. So the 1-2 count. Lovington up 5-0. Runner at first is Hernandez, reaching via the fielder's choice. 1-2 pitch from Gallego, swung on. That's a hard shot between third and short. Out into right field. Guzman will get to it and get it in quickly, but it is a one-out single to left for Ellis. She is now 2 for 2. Hernandez goes to second. Now Bailey Garcia to the plate. Bailey, a sacrifice RBI. Her first time up is 0 for 0. But now with 2 on and just 1 out, a chance to do some damage here for the Lovington Lady Cats. Ellis at first, Hernandez at second, Garcia at the plate. First pitch to Bailey, swung on and missed. And she was just behind that one for strike one. So the 0-1 count. Bailey steps out and takes a half swing practice. Now she's back in. And Gallego's ready to twirl it. And that one will be up and away. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-1 strike count. Top of the third inning, Lovington up 5-0 and looking to expand on it here. 7-hitter Garcia at the plate, riser out of the zone, ball 2. The 2-1 count as the Goddard faithful groan, the Lovington faithful holler good eye. With 2-ball, 1-strike count. Yeah, a few more folks starting to filter in here this afternoon. 2-1 pitch swung on. That'll be a chop shot. Shortstop muffs it as Hernandez can't handle it. And so the second error of the inning will load him up for the Lady Cats. Hernandez moves to third, Ellis to second, and Garcia at first via the error. So the third error for the Lady Rockets. I think Hernandez was worried about Hernandez running over on her. So now to be Quiroga to the plate. Quiroga 0 for 1, a strikeout victim her last time up. But a chance to really help her own cause here. And that'll be ball 1. Walks as good as a hit here. It gets a run in. So bases loaded, just 1 out. You want to cash some of these in if you can. And the pitch, Quiroga holds up as, wow, that one looked a little low from up here. Quiroga thought so too, but it'll be strike 1. So the 1-ball, 1-strike count. Clouds moving in. No chance of rain in the forecast, but you never know. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. As Quiroga taking her frustrations from the pitch before out on that one and just swinging over the top and through it for strike number 2. So a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Garcia at first, Ellis at second, Hernandez at third. The 8th grader steps out. Now she's back in, trailing 0-2, rather 1-2. And the pitch swung on. Quiroga gets a piece of it and stays alive. And so the count remains 1-2. You never want to get the bases loaded, period, but especially with less than 2 outs and not be able to cash them in. Of course, just 1 down here in the inning. And especially when Roswell gives you gifts with 2 errors. 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one is popped up over on the right side. First baseman goes over into foul ground, and she drops the ball, hits off the heel, didn't use 2 hands, and so Quiroga breathes a sigh of relief as she dodges a pop-up bullet there. Lovington is hitting a lot of them pretty much just straight up in the air. They are having a hard time barreling up Gallegos here. They did pretty good in the first inning, but Gallegos has adjusted, and Lovington hasn't matched. The 1-2 pitch swung on. That'll be a high chopper. Shortstop comes over, comes home, and it will be in time to get the out at home as Hernandez comes home to Crawford to get the force on Hernandez. 6-2 for out number 2. Ellis goes to third, Garcia to second, and Quiroga reaches on the second fielder's choice of the inning. Now Andre Rivero to the plate with 2 down, bases still loaded here in the top of the third. Rivero, a strikeout victim her last time up. We'll have a courtesy runner into the ball game for Quiroga, the pitcher. See who that's going to be. It's going to be Shaylin Dunlap on to run. Only she will stay in as a defensive replacement. We'll have to see what Coach Mack's thinking here. Of course, head coach Stephen McCraw, longtime Lady Cat boss. And the first pitch to Rivero swung on and missed. That will be strike number 1. Bases loaded, 2 outs, but nobody across yet for Lovington. A single and 2 errors and some fielder's choices. And the 1-0 getting a piece of it. Rivero swinging through strike number 2. So it'll be a no-ball, 2-strike count. Rivero going to have to play plate protection here. Try and stay alive. Again, Lady Cats loading them up with less than 2 outs. Have yet to have one cross the plate. 0-2 pitch from Gallegos. That one is up and away, ball 1. Nice job by Crawford behind the plate to climb the ladder to keep that one in front of her, to keep Ellis with good speed stapled over at third. Dunlap on, running at first for Quiroga. And the pitch swung on, popped up over on the right side. First baseman will go over and make the grab for out number 3. So Lovington loads them up but can't move them around. After 2.5 innings of play, it's Lovington 5, Goddard nothing, as Lovington Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
The Lady Cats load them up but can't move anybody around. They have no runs on just 1 hit. They are gifted 2 errors and 3 runners left on base. So now Juliet Gallegos will lead it off, the pitcher, with an opportunity to help herself out. It is 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Lady Rockets of Roswell Goddard. So Quiroga still in the ring. I think everybody defensively staying right where they were. So Quiroga checks on the wristband, and she is ready to go and deals the first pitch swinging, strike 1 to Gallegos. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Outfield deep. Everybody else pretty much normal positions. Everybody playing pretty well straight up here. As the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that one is dribbled foul down the first base line. To Ochoa, but in foul territory, strike 2. So now the no ball, 2 strike count. Quiroga well up in the count. So let's see what the coaching staff is thinking with the 8th grader out there. The Gallegos separates the hands a little bit, and that one will sail on the riser. Ball number 1. So 1 ball, 2 strike count. A 5-run first for the Lady Cats. Have them on top. And the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one is fouled back into the screen. So it stays a 1 ball, 2 strike count. So the 1-2 count, Lovington looking to go 2-2 in district with a big doubleheader coming up on Friday at home against Portales. 1-2 pitch swung on, and getting just a piece of that one to stay alive is Gallegos. And the count remains 1-2 to the leadoff hitter. It's Gallegos, then 8 and 9, and I didn't get their names. Pitch, that one will sail, ball 2. Kind of came out of the hand funny for Quiroga. She kicks a little dirt as she heads back into the circle. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Quiroga ready. Sanchez sets up outside in the pitch, getting a piece of it. Gallegos stays alive. So the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. We click towards 6 p.m. Just a singleton tonight. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Goddard, kind of a half-hearted in. Do I swing, do I not? Do I swing, do I not? She chose to, and it's out number 1. It'll be Nevares. So Alina Nevares. So Nevares, number 20, steps to the plate with 1 out. And I can finally get another name put in my book. So we had a equipment change over there as Ochoa. Wanting a different piece of leather for over at first. Well, maybe there's something wrong with the other one. Maybe she just prefers that one. Anyway, Nevares will step in, and the first pitch will be high for ball number 1. Then the 1 ball, no strike count. That one up and a little bit away. 1 down. We are in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Lovington with the 5-0 lead. Everybody playing straight up, outfield fairly deep. 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. Took a little bit off of that one, and Nevares well out in front of that one for strike number 1. So it'll be a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Let's get Ogre ready to go once again. The 1-1 pitch, same spot, same result, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strike count. She might have moved that one an extra half inch outside, but it worked the same, just like they drew it up. So now the 1-2 pitch comes with her, and the fastball ringer up, center down, back-to-back Ks, and there is 2 down for Goddard. Coverell will step in with 2 down. Coverell, the first baseman, come in, and the first pitch swung on, and that one is popped up and out of play on the right side off the top of the dugout. That's the Goddard dugout. Lovington's dugout down the third baseline. So a no ball, 1 strike count to the number 9 hitter for the Lady Rockets. Pitch swung on and missed. Good pitch. Twirled the fastball in. That one might have been a little bit low, but Overell dealing at it. Oh, it's a no ball, 2 strike count. Quiroga ready to go again. Up 0-2, and she'll deal. Swung on. That'll be a slow roller. Corral handles it in the hole. It's short. Fires across to Ochoa. Plenty of time. 6-3 for out number 3. So another clean inning for the Lovington Lady Cats as we head to the top of the 4th. It's Lovington 5, Goddard nothing. Lovington Lady Cat softball. Back in a moment on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
1, 2, 3. The Lady Rockets go down in order in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So we take it to the 4th, and we will turn it back over to the top of the Lady Cat lineup, Corral, Ruiz, and Ellis. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle. Gallegos still in the ring. Trying to keep this a 5-0 ball game with Corral settling in. She is 1 for 2, and the first pitch to Leslie misses outside for ball number 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Corral singled to center in the first, then grounded out to short in the second, and that pitch comes across and hits the plate. Nobody on, no harm, no foul. Ball 2. And Gallegos in the ring. Crawford, her battery mate. Overell, Navarez, Hernandez, Serrano, the infield, 1st to 3rd. And the pitch swung on and fouled off, but got a piece of it just down towards the handle. And it'll be strike number 1. So the 2 ball, 1 strike count. And the pitch, that one is up and away. Good eye there for the leadoff hitter, Corral. So now a 3 ball, 1 strike count. And I think Corral's going to have the green light, and the pitch she does, and high in the air, but foul out of play and off the top of the batting cages. To the right, batting cage, I should say. So a 1, 3, and 2, runs full to the freshman hitter, and she'll take a line shot, but right at Serrano. That was catch it or get a hole in you, and she caught it. Corral barrels it up, but right at Serrano, who flashes a little leather, and there is 1 down. after a good play at third. So now Ruiz to the plate. Delilah, a couple of bloop singles, 2 for 2. With the one down, that one going to roll in for ball number 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Good thing is Corral barreled it up, though. They barreled it up and hit it hard in the first, but second and third were not able to quite figure out the spin Gallegos was putting on it. Maybe they're getting it settled and locked back in. 1-0 pitch swung on. That's a hard shot. Serrano off the bounce, fires across the diamond to Coverell, and that will be in time. 5-3, and quickly 2 up, 2 down for the Lady Cats here in this top of the 4th inning. Then that'll bring Zembry Ellis to the plate. Ellis doubled in the first and scored, then flew out to deep center where Gonzalez got to it in the second. So 1 for 2 for the Lady Cat senior, and she will wait on that one and takes it over the Lovington bus out behind the stadium for a long and loud strike 1. She was waiting on that pitch and just got around on it a little bit quick. So it's a no ball, 1 strike count, 2 outs to Ellis. Lovington up by 5, but have not scored since the first. Riser out of the zone, evens the count at a ball and a strike. So it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Beautiful afternoon for softball. Sun peeking through the clouds a little bit. 1-1 pitch to Ellis, the changeup, and that one kind of came out of the hand funny. Sails on Gallegos, gets over the head of Crawford, but nobody on, so no harm, no foul. So it's a 2 ball, 1 strike count. And the pitch, ding dong, ouch. That's going to come in and get Zim, and hits her in the shoulder, and she's kind of trying to shake that one out. So Ella's hit by the pitch. Will trot on down to first. The Lovington faithful holler and shake it off. Kind of still shaking around that left shoulder. She buried that one in there. Got in the meat, maybe right where the socket meets. And she's showing Coach Martin down there. Yeah, Zim, I would bet you've got a bruise tomorrow morning, young lady. As Joanna Ochoa into the plate. So Ochoa, RBI triple in the first and reached via an error in the second. She takes the first pitch she sees and fouls it hard off of the netting. Strike 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Ellis still worrying on that shoulder a little bit down there. Gotta hope she's okay. She's a gamer. 0-1 pitch is Ochoa going to watch that one away as the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike count. We are in the top of the 4th inning. Lovington trying to get a 2-out rally going. Pitch to Ochoa. That one's upstairs, ball 2. So now Ochoa with the 2-1 count. The hitters count because the pitcher doesn't really want to give them another ball. They've got one to give, but a lot of times it's the 2-1. You'll see something juicy worth handling, at least in the old way of thinking. Lots changed since back then. 2-1 pitch, that one's upstairs, ball 3. As they are pitching a little bit carefully to the Lady Cat cleanup hitter. She laced that one to right for a triple back in the first. They are playing her a lot deeper now. So with 3 ball, 1 strike count, Gallegos will twirl and deal, and that one's upstairs, ball 4. So Ochoa works the 2-out walk, so now runners at first and second. And will bring Nini Hernandez to the plate. Hernandez struck out in the first, reached via fielder's choice in the third, then was forced out at home. I think we may have a pinch hitter coming in for Hernandez. Let's see who that's going to be. Now turn around, young lady, so I can see your number. So we do have a pinch hitter in the ball game, and that one is upstairs for ball number 1. finding the pitch, and that one is out of the zone for ball number 2. It'll be Braylon Hernandez. I thought that might be Braylon. I wanted to double check. So a 2-ball, no strike count to Hernandez. And she'll take that one and dump it into shallow center field. The pinch hitter going to get 1 run home. Well, a play at the plate. Is it in time? No! Sliding in under the tag is Ellis. So Braylon will have the RBI single. And Lovington goes up 6-0 as Ochoa over its second. So the RBI single to shallow center. And Lovington still in business here in their half of the 4th inning. So that'll bring Zoe Ellis to the plate with Zimmery coming in. Hernandez at first, Ochoa at second. That's Braylon at first. And now Zoe Ellis to the plate, and the first pitch to Ellis comes inside corner, strike 1. Ellis 2 for 2, triple in the first, single in the second, or in the third, I should say. They've been to opposite fields, a triple to right, the single to left. Pitch, and she'll take that one. A hard shot on the ground. Nevarez will handle it, and she'll go the short route to second to get the force on Braylon. 4-6 for out number 3. But the Lady Cats, Frankenstein, a run onto the board. As we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, it is, sorry about that, it is Lovington 6, Goddard nothing, as Lovington Lady Cats softball continues in a moment.
Listen up. B&B Rentals and Services has got dumpsters. Can you believe it? 30 and 40-yard dumpsters. These guys are a contractor's dream. B&B Rentals has light plants, porta-john trash trailer combos, office trailers, emergency and recovery trailers. Conveniently located in Lovington, B&B can serve you anywhere in Lee County and the surrounding area. Find B&B Rentals LLC on social media, and if you can remember the number, call 396-1722. B&B Rentals and Services.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
The Lady Cats get a run on a hit, no errors committed, and they leave 2 runners stranded. So we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, Lovington leading this critical district matchup by a score of 6-0. And yes, I did get the score bug corrected. How come is it when they knew and improved things, they always seem to make it worse? Because everything on this, on our redesigned interface, is backwards now. I don't understand it. So now we will turn it back over to the top of the lineup for Goddard and Lindsey Compa. So Compa has the 1 hit of the ball game for the Lady Rockets as she singled in the first but tried to stretch it into a double and got burned by the good arm of Ellis out in center field. So it'll be Compa, Gonzalez, and Hernandez for Goddard. Quiroga still in the ring. Lovington through their half of 4 is stranded 6. First pitch swung on, and that one will be bounced to Ellis at third. Fires across the diamond. 1 pitch, 1 out. 6-3 for out number 1. Doesn't get much more efficient than that. Was just going to say, this is generally towards the end of the 4th and into the 5th is when we've seen Quiroga start to tire just a little bit. Hernandez does stay in the game. That's Braylon out in right field, by the way. So that'll bring up Yana Gonzalez. 0 for 1, struck out back in the first, and the fastball runs inside for ball number 1. And I apologize about having the score backwards for much of the first 3 innings. Because everything on this thing is now backwards. But we will adjust. And the 1-0 pitch took something off of that one, but just misses for ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Quiroga checking with the dugout, getting the signs. So now she's ready to deal on the 2-0 pitch and took something off of that one too. A rising changeup, but misses the zone for ball 3. Gonzalez, the center fielder, good speed, but you don't want to put her on. So a 3-0 count. Get the strike here, Quiroga. Trust your fielders, and the fastball just missing outside, and that will be ball 4. So first walk of the ball game issued, and it comes with 1 out here in the 4th. So now to be Marisol Hernandez to the plate. Hernandez, the shortstop. Again, first runner since the first inning, although that runner technically didn't count. It was a single trying to be turned into a double. So Hernandez popped out over on the right side to Ochoa, 0 for 1. And the first pitch is outside for ball 1. All of a sudden, Quiroga having a little trouble finding the strike zone. Gonzalez was dancing away from first over there. Sanchez, a pretty good arm. We haven't seen it tested in this one. Oh, Quiroga deals, swung on, and that one will be just a drill shot that spins in front of the plate, foul. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Gonzalez stands at first. Fielded like something pretty hard right at one of the middle infielders to try and turn 2. Good speed for Hernandez at the plate. Not sure that would happen, but anything's possible. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed, but that one gets away momentarily from Sanchez, rolls down her shin guards, but she finds it quickly to keep Hernandez over at first. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count. So let's see if Quiroga comes right after her. 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, ringer up and set her down. Strike 3. 4th K of the ball game for the 8th grader. And there is 2 down here in the 4th. So now it'll be Rocky Serrano to the plate. The Roxy Serrano. Make that note. So Serrano steps in. So runner at first. And the changeup. High for ball 1 as Sanchez just fires it right back out. Pardon me. Looks quickly over Gonzalez at first, but just like, 2 outs, not going to worry about you. And the pitch swung on, and that's a line shot, going to find its way through out into right field. Handling it is Hernandez, and she will toss it in. But the first hit since the first inning is Serrano drills one out into right. So it'll be a 2-out single that'll put Lady Rockets at the corners as Gonzalez moves to third. That'll be Guzman to the plate. Guzman popped out to Rivero back in the second, so she is 0 for 1. But 2 down now. Generally, we've been through once, and this is kind of the time where Quiroga starts to tire, and they kind of start to figure her spin out a little bit. Have to see what kind of leash that she's got on her. First pitch swung on and missed. That'll be strike 1. Heard somebody in the stands holler, hit a homer, and she tried to do it right there. You don't need a homer, you just need a base hit to get on the board. So the Rockets threaten here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pitch took something off of that one, and Sanchez trying to frame it up, the ump not buying it, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Quiroga stunts up towards the right side of the rubber, and the pitch took something off of that one. Beautiful pitch, and where did it miss? I don't know, but it's ball 2. So the 2 ball, 1 strike count. And I'm off towards the left side box a little bit, so I don't have the greatest angle on it, maybe. From where I sit, it looked pretty good. So a 2 ball, 1 strike count, and that one's fastball even further outside, ball 3. Walker, it's not the worst thing in the world. He puts a force on any base. Then there is still 2 outs. Crawford, the catcher. Usually catcher's a pretty good hitter. She flew out to shallow center her last time up. So now a 3 ball, 1 strike count. And the pitch, and comes back across the middle. Good pitch, strike 2. As Guzman looks to the sky like, that one was one I could have teed off on. Guzman out, now she's back in. Serrano at first, Gonzalez at third. Full count at the plate to Guzman. And the payoff pitch, same place, same result. Yes, ma'am. Ringer up, center down, and the threat is neutralized. Roswell gets runners on the corners but can't move them along. As we head to the fifth, it is Lovington 6, Goddard nothing. Lovington Lady Cat softball continues in just a moment.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hard-working team, excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
For the Lady Rockets, no runs on one hit, no errors committed by the Lady Cats, and 2 runners left out on the base pass. So we head to the top of the 5th inning, and it will be 7-8-9 due up for Lovington. So leading it off will be Bailey Garcia, then Quiroga, then Rivero. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us on a beautiful turning into evening for softball here in Chavez County on the campus of Goddard High School. Well, Lovington up 6-0. They'd like to add to it right here. If they could do it from the bottom of the lineup, that would be pretty good. The bottom of the lineup is 0 for 5, bottom third. Garcia has a sack RBI. Other than that, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters are 0 for through the first 4 innings of this one. So Gallegos still in the ring for the Lady Rockets as Garcia steps in. The sack RBI in the first and reach via an error in the third, and she'll take the first pitch from Gallegos, and I don't know where it missed, but neither does the catcher. Ball 1. Neither did the fans, neither did the pitcher. Serrano comes over and says, hey, you got this, you got this. I think maybe that was a give back from one last inning, but last half inning. Well, maybe not. So the 1-0 count. And the pitch to Garcia slices and dices on the inside, but misses. Ball 2. So with 2 ball, no strike count. Huge hole out in the left center alley. 2-0 pitch to Garcia at the plate. Bailey takes a big hack at it, swings under it and gets it off the handle and shoots it back into the chain link for strike number 1. So a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Of course, the Tuesday games in the district this year, just single affairs. The doubleheaders on Fridays. I like that. JV game will come up after this one. 2-1 pitch, and that one is going to just miss for ball 3. So the 3 ball, 1 strike count. The Goddard faithful groaning. Lovington faithful groaning pretty good a minute ago too. Serrano comes back over and tries to bump up her teammate again. So Gallegos will deal the 3-1, swung on, and that one is off the fists, and Hernandez lays it. Guzman knocks it down out in left, but because she never touched it, it'll be a single for Bailey Garcia. And Lovington in business here in the 5th inning. And Desiree Quiroga to the plate. Quiroga reaching on a fielder's choice back in the 3rd. She is 0 for 2, but a chance to help her own cause out here. First pitch to Quiroga is upstairs and outside for ball 1. Then the 1-0 count. Lovington trying to build onto this 6-0 lead. Checking the wristband. Gallegos ready to go. She's a pretty quick worker. 1-0 pitch and totally fools Quiroga on that one. Hits her with the breaking ball, and she was sitting dead red, and she was swinging for it left the hand. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. That's something a pitcher can file away for later. Look for the little tells, especially with a younger player. 1-1 pitch swung on. That one is popped up into shallow right field. Could be problems as the right fielder, Compa, comes over and will make the grab. Garcia has to retreat back to first as Quiroga comes up under it and pops it out into shallow right for out number 1. So 1 down, and the number 9 hitter, Audrey Rivero, to the plate. We'll have a courtesy runner come into the ball game. That'll be Mariah Ruiz. So Ruiz on to courtesy run for Garcia. Getting a little extra speed on the base paths. And we will have a pinch hitter in the ball game, as that's going to be, is that Dunlap? Turn around, young lady. I think it is. And, yep, that will be Shaylin Dunlap on to pinch hit for Rivero. This is the point of the game where Coach McCraw will often start making some defensive changes. So the first pitch to Dunlap, snap throw down, backhanded. Ruiz back in safely. Ball 1 is Coach McCraw hollering at Dunlap. Wheelhouse. So Ruiz at first, courtesy running. Dunlap pinch hitting at the plate, and that'll be ball 2. So the 2-ball, no strike count. And she's way ahead. Look for your pitch. That's what Coach McCraw telling her. That's the nice thing about being outside. It's the only nice thing about being outside and standing up. 2-0 pitch, and that's a fastball. If that wasn't her pitch, I don't know what was. Strike 1. Well, now you're ready. So a 2-ball, 1 strike count. These guys ever come to our place, I think maybe we stick them on the roof. In the 2-1 pitch, inside, and that almost hits Dunlap. And Ruiz not ready to go. She thought maybe it did hit her. So it'll just be ball 3. So a 3-1 count. Coach McCraw reminds everybody of the situation here. 1 out, 1 on. 1 down, but up by 6. Pitch to Dunlap, swung on and hit hard, but foul into the bullpen back behind the Goddard dugout right side. So that'll run the count full to the pinch hitter Dunlap. Leslie Corral waits on deck. Ruiz courtesy running for Garcia, who got the single at first. Dunlap pinch hitting for Rivero, who went 0 for 2. Payoff pitch inside, ball 4. And so Dunlap works the pinch hit walk, and so now Lady Cats at first and second and back to the top of the lineup with Leslie Corral. Corral a single in the first, grounded out hard to Hernandez in the second, and then ripped a liner right at Serrano that was catch or lose your head, and Serrano caught it. So Corral's getting good lumber on it today. 2 on, 1 out. First pitch to Leslie, and she'll swing, and it hits her before it goes out almost like a bunt for strike number 1. And since it's hit her first, of course, it is a foul ball. Well, the no ball, 1 strike count. Corral settles back in. Gallegos ready to go as a very quick worker. The 0-1 pitch swung on. That's a hard shot on the ground. Going to find its way through up the middle past Nevadas. That'll get 1 run home as Ruiz digging for home. The play at the plate not going to be in time. And the throw from Compa overthrown Crawford. It'll be an RBI single by Corral. So she just took what they gave her, shot it right back up the middle. Ruiz with good speed scores from second. Dunlap all the way to third, and Corral moves to second on the play at the plate. 1 out, 2 on in scoring position. And now Delilah Ruiz to the plate. Delilah 2 for 3. Grounded out hard to Serrano her last time up. And now a chance to really do some damage. 7-0 the score. First pitch checks it up. It's high for ball number 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Lady Cats up 7-0. We are in the top of the 5th inning. Just 1 out. And the heart of the lineup coming to the plate. Took something off of that one, and Ruiz checks it up. And it's ball 2. Dunlap at third. Corral at second. Garcia coming, or actually Ruiz running for Garcia, coming home on the single by Corral. 2-0 pitch, and that one going to miss. Okay, called strike 1. He's calling ones that were closer in than that ball, so must be the up-down. So the 2 ball, 1 strike count. Just one down. And Ruiz ready, swings at that one. It'll be a bouncer handled by Hernandez. And she is going to throw it across the diamond, and they are going to try for the double play, but it gets away from everybody. 1 run going to score, 2 runs going to score. So it'll be a sacrifice RBI for Delilah Ruiz, which will cash in Shaylin Dunlap, and then Leslie Corral scores on an E3, a throwing error. Ruiz out 6-3 for out number 2, but 2 more runs come across for the Lady Cats. They lead this one now 9-0. So Zimmery Ellis with 2 outs and the bases clear will step in. Zim hit by a pitcher last time up. She'll take the first pitch high in the air to deep left field. If it's fair, it's gone, and foul ball. Foul ball by about a foot. Ellis was waiting on it and jacked it, but just pulled it a little bit to the left. She was trying to get this one to mercy rule potentially with one swing of the bat, and she can do that. And it is just a long, loud strike number 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. That one will be up and away as the count evens up at a ball and a strike. The sun peeking out now onto the field. It might be a problem for folks playing on the right side of the field. And that one will be a hard shot on the ground, finds its way through the 5 and 6 hole between third and short. And so Ellis with her second hit of the ball game. And so Lovington going to try and keep the line moving with 2 outs. Ochoa steps to the plate. She is 1 for 2. RBI triple in the first. Reached to be an error in the third, then walked and was left stranded in the fourth. Johanna Ochoa to the plate. Ochoa getting the start at first. Ellis with good speed at first. So they'd like to move her around, but 2 outs. Sorry, I'll get the bug corrected. Top of the 5th inning, Lovington 9, Goddard nothing. First pitch to Ochoa. It's a slow roller handled by Serrano. Fires across the diamond. Overell has to stretch out but gets it. So it'll be 5-3 for out number 3, but Lovington puts 3 more on the board as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is Lovington 9, Goddard nothing. Lovington Lady Cat softball continues on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
For 75 years, the Gandy family has been providing outstanding, well-rounded, and diversified services in our oil field community, as well as our proud hometown communities in Lovington and Tatum. Gandy Corporation's family work environment for over 50 members inspires the best in all of us to rise to the top and do our personal best. The Gandy Corporation family is a strong supporter of Lee County's youth and the biggest fan of the Lovington Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats!
Lovington gets 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error committed by Roswell Goddard, and 1 runner left on base. After 4.5 innings of play, it is Lovington 9 and Goddard nothing. So some changes in the field for the Lady Cats as Dunlap will stay on over at first. And let's see, yep, they're going to move Ochoa back over to third. So Ochoa now at third. And Ellis moves to second. So we'll reset everything for you here in just a minute. It is 6, 7, and 8. That is Crawford Gallegos Nevadas due up for the Lady Rockets. So get Hoger ready to go, and she'll deal. That one's in the dirt. Ball number 1. Crawford 0 for 1. Flew out to center her last time up, but the catcher, a little pop in that bat out of the 6th slot. Well, 1 ball, no strike count, bottom of the 5th inning. And the pitch, gonna miss low for ball 2. Good pitch, just low. So the 2 ball, no strike count. Outfield deep, Ellis and Zim playing a couple steps over into the hole in left center. 0-2 pitch swung on, popped up high in the air to shallow center. Going back is Corral. Ellis charging in too. Corral hangs on to it. So it is just a pop out to the shortstop for out number one. So one down. So now it'll be Juliet Gallegos to the plate, the pitcher. A chance to help her own cause here. She has not pitched poorly, even though she's trailing 9-0. 4 errors in the field behind her have not helped her cause. And she struck out her last time up 0 for 1. As Quiroga winds and deals, swung on. That'll be a soft one over on the right side. Reaching up is Dunlap and snapping it out of the air on the pop foul ground territory, number 2. So out number 2. So pop 3 for 2. And that'll bring Nevarez to the plate, 0 for 1. Nevarez to the plate. Quiroga ready to go. Kicks and deals and swung on and missed. Strike one. I think we may have a pinch hitter in. The 0-1 count to the hitter at the plate. And the pitch took something off of it. Swing and a miss. Strike two. So let's see if Quiroga just comes right at her and goes to the well 3 times. So a no ball, 2 strike count. Waiting on deck is O'Rell. And the 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Got her with 3 straight pitches. Ring her up and set her down. Strikeout number 5 for Quiroga, and we will head to the top of the 6th inning. The Lovington Lady Cats all over the Lady Rockets in this one by a score of 9-0 as Lovington Lady Cat Softball back in just a minute here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. From Z94 KCOR Sports.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on in the bottom of the 5th for Goddard. We head to the top of the 6th inning and due up for Lovington. It'll be Braylon Hernandez, Zoe Ellis, and then Bailey Garcia. So it'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up for Lovington. They'd like to find a way to get another run on the board, see if maybe they could get this one called a little bit early tonight. So you'd want more than one, obviously, to do that, but got to remember, it is, runs do count in differential and tiebreakers and all kinds of things. As the first pitch is Braylon takes that one back to the screen for strike number 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Hernandez last time up. And an RBI single up the middle. So Gallegos still in the ring, still dealing. And takes something off of that one, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Lady Cats in control of this one, no problems at all. Gallegos gets the sign from Crawford, and she'll bring that one inside. Pretty good pitch, but low for ball 2. Then the 2 ball, 1 strike count. No complaints about the umping here this evening. They've been pretty consistent for both squads. 2-0 pitch, fastball. That one shaves the outside corner, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Gonzalez stretching out there in center. 2-2 pitch to Hernandez. Whoa, up and in. Ball 3. So Hernandez out of the 5 slot, leading it off here in the top of the 6th. Works the count full. Gallegos, Corvarel, Navarez, Hernandez, Serrano, the infield. And Gallegos deals the payoff pitch, swung on. That's a slow roller off the end of the bat. Navarez handles it, then just underhands it over to first. So the slow roller 4-3, and there is one down for Lovington in their half of the 6th inning. And that'll be Zoe Ellis to the plate. Ellis, 2 for 3. Grounded into a fielder's choice her last time up. That has a triple and a run scored, single, and the fielder's choice. So 2 for 3 for Zoe Ellis, and she'll take the first pitch, and just a little bloop handled by Charging Hernandez over to first in time. An easy 6-3 scoop for out number 2. Pretty efficient there. So now Bailey Garcia to the plate. Bailey a sac RBI in the first. Reach via an error and was stranded in the third. And then had a single, and her courtesy runner Ruiz scored in the 5th. So she is 1 for 2. And with 2 down, I'd like to get it something going, and that'll be a hard shot into deepest right field. That one's going to go all the way to the wall before Copa can get to it. Garcia round second, and Coach McCraw holds her up, but it's a 2-out double to the deepest part of the park in right for Bailey Garcia. So Garcia puts a charge in that one. And that will bring Desiree Quiroga to the plate. Coach McCraw going to leave her out there to run for herself, and we'll have a pinch hitter in for Quiroga. 2 outs and a pinch hitter into the ball game. Coach McCraw going to go for his lefty out there, as that'll be Ruiz to hit for Quiroga. So Ruiz. I'm sorry, that's not Ruiz. That's 13. No, it is strike 1. Again, just all the goofiness getting here today. I didn't have a chance to completely write everything down. It'll be Ivory Lopez. There we go. So Ivory at the plate, and she'll take that one, and she'll shoot it through into shallow left field. Coach McCraw going to hold up Garcia, but Lopez hitting for Quiroga gets the pinch hit single to left. And now there are Lady Cats at the corners for Shaylin Dunlap at the plate. 2 outs, but 2 on. Dunlap with a chance to keep the inning alive and then turn it back over to the top of the lineup. As the sun starts coming down into the camera. I'm sorry about that. Nothing I can do about it. So now Dunlap steps in. First pitch, and that one is going to get away. They sent Garcia home a minute ago. I'm sorry. I apologize. Bailey came in. So the RBI single for Lopez, and it is a 10-0 ball game. So on the wild pitch, Lopez will move over to second. Shaylin will foul that one off and even the count at 1-1. Yeah, as that one came by, I thought, hey, wait a minute, where's Garcia? I didn't fight in the sun and trying to keep up with too many things with no countertop. Never a fun thing. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Enough about my discomfort. And the pitch, Dunlap chases a rising fastball for strike 2. But 10-0 is Lovington. If they can hold Goddard in the 6th, would win this one 9-1-2, due up for the Lady Rockets in their half. And the pitch to Dunlap, that one's high, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Dunlap coming in as a replacement in the 5th. Walked and scored a run. And now stands at the plate. It's 2 ball, 2 strike count. Gallegos takes her time. Lopez stands at second. And the pitch to Dunlap. And called strike 3. Dunlap goes down looking to end the inning, but the Lady Cats get the run across and take the 10-0 lead. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Lovington 10, Goddard nothing, as Lovington Lady Cats softball back in just a moment.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
With 2 outs, the Lady Cats get 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left stranded. And so Goddard needs to get a run to keep this game moving and move it into a 7th inning. Welcome back here to Goddard High School in Roswell, New Mexico. I'm TJ Miracle. It'll be 9-1 and 2. And that is Coverell, Campa, and Gonzalez. And Coverell is 0 for 1. Grounded out to Corral her last time up, so Quiroga going to stay on. The 8th grader going to get the opportunity to try and shut this one down, try and keep it right here and maybe get the win if she can go with another clean inning. Goddard, only 1 inning where they have had anybody on the base paths to speak of, and that was back in the 4th. Coverell in, will settle into the right side box. Goddard potentially down to their final 3 strikes. So let's see what Quiroga can come up with here. As she will deal, and that one will be low for ball number 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Everybody playing straight up, outfield fairly deep. I like that call. Everybody checks the wristbands. That's kind of the way they do it now. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that's a line shot, but right at Ellis over at second. She watches that one sail, just puts the glove up, doesn't have to jump or anything. Coverell gets pretty good lumber on it, but right at Ellis, who took over last half inning at second. And there is 1 down now as we turn it over to the top of the lineup with Lindsay Campa. Campa 1 for 2 and a single back in the first, but trying to stretch it into a double, got burned going to second, and then grounded out to Corral. She'll take the first pitch high in the air to shallow center field on the run and diving, but not able to corral it as Ellis gave it everything she had, but cannot come up with it and dove out for it, and the ball hits just in front of her glove, and I think catches her in the face for her problems. So playing deep, using the speed, and now the potential game-extending run at first for Goddard. Well, that'll put Kiana Gonzalez to the plate. 0 for 1, struck out in the first, walked and got left stranded in the 4th. But good speed, Campa over at first. Quiroga deals the fastball inside. Good pitch. Where's that been all game? That's maybe the 2nd time, maybe the 3rd time she's really thrown that hard heat right on the inside corner. Quiroga's got a good arm. She doesn't often really display it. 0-1 pitch swung on, and that'll be a slow roller. Could be 2 to Ellis, and over to Corral on to first, but not in time, but they will get Campa. So that will be 4-6 for out number 2. Gonzalez will reach on the fielder's choice, and the Lady Rockets are down to their final 3 strikes with Marisol Hernandez to the plate. Hernandez 0 for 2, popped up in the first, struck out in the 4th. So Gonzalez replaces Campa at first. 2 down in the first pitch. It's a slow roller. Gets past Quiroga. Ellis charges, fires to first. Not in time to get the speedy Hernandez. And so I think you're going to, she fields that one cleanly. So that's 1, which will keep the inning alive. And now it'll be Roxy Serrano to the plate. Serrano singled a hard one out to right her last time up. So now the game-alive potential run is in scoring position. Quiroga deals, takes something off of that one. Good pitch, strike 1. Serrano drilled. Second pitch she saw last time up out right down the line in right. So she's got a little boom in there. The ump calls timeout to sweep off the plate. 10-0 the score, but Goddard threatening with 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. If they can put 1 run across, that would extend this into the 7th. If not, we are in mercy rule territory. Okidoga after the timeout to clean the plate. 0-1 pitch, fastball inside, ball one. Then the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Hernandez at first, reaching via the air. Gonzalez at second after the fielder's choice. And so the umpire going to come over and have a word with Serrano about something. The Goddard coach comes over and wants to have a word with the ump about something too. And the ump says, all right, let's play ball. So I guess they worked out whatever it was. I think maybe something about either where she stands or what she does after the play or after the pitch or during the pitch, something to that effect. So Kidoga checks the wristband. 1-1 pitch swung on, and that's a line shot. And over the head of Ellis, who reached up for it but couldn't do it. So that will get a run home, as backhanding it is Hernandez and tossing it in. But it is a two-run double. So we will see a seventh inning as Roxy Serrano with the 2 RBI double to center. That will cash in Gonzalez. It cashes in Hernandez, and we will see a seventh inning. So now it'll be Guzman's turn to come to the plate. Runner at second. Due up for Lovington in the seventh. It is the top of the lineup. So Guzman 0 for 2. So Lovington not able to hold the shutout. 2-hit shutout going. First pitch fastball. Missing inside. And that'll be ball one. Jody Guzman at the plate. Kidoga again checks the wristband. We've been playing for nearly 2 hours now. And the 1-0 pitch swung on. That'll be a slow roller. Handling it easily. Quiroga over to Dunlap at first in time. 1-3 for out number 3. But 2 runs come across for the Lady Rockets in the 6th. So we will see a 7th inning right after this as Lady Cat softball continues from Z94 KZOR Sports on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left for Goddard in their half of the 6th. And their damage coming with 2 outs as the error let the runs come home. And so Kidoga not going to get charged with the earned runs, but 2 runs come across. Still an 8-run lead for the Lady Cats. We go to the 7th, top of the lineup. Corral, Ruiz, and Ellis due up. If nothing else, Lovington would like to get those 2 runs back and keep it at 10. Of course, you do have a 10-point up or down system in New Mexico when it comes to playoffs and the way they seed things and look at things and tiebreakers and et cetera, et cetera. So Corral will step in. 2 for 4. Couple runs scored and an RBI in the first pitch to Corral is going to be high from Gallegos. And it'll be ball 1. As Corral loses the towel. The ump says, yeah, get rid of that thing. So she does. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Gallegos deals, swung on, and that one will be hit into the air out to center field. But on the run, Gonzalez gets over into the hole, and we'll get that one for out number 1. So 1 down, top 7. 8-run lead for the Lady Cats. Delilah Ruiz to the plate. Sack RBI her last time up. 2 for 3 in the ball game. With a run scored and an RBI. Pretty good day for the Lady Cat DP, DH, whatever you want to call her. So Gallegos will kick and fire, and that'll be a line shot out into left field. It is muffed by Guzman, but she gets to it quickly. Ruiz turns the corner with good speed, but Guzman collects it quickly enough to hold that to just a single out to left. So the Lady Cats in business with Zimmery Ellis to the plate. Zim has bombed the first two. She's seen her last two at bats. Both of them have stayed in the yard. She wound up with a single her last time up. She'll take the first pitch, pop it up, and that went out of play on the left side. And foul for strike one. Wanted it all and got underneath it. So the no ball, one strike count. Gallegos going the whole way for the Lady Rockets. Of course, they'll be at our place in a couple of Fridays. 0-1. Ellis takes that one high in the air to deep left field. No doubt about this one. Back, and bye-bye softball. Touch 'em all, Miss Ellis. A two-run blast to left field. It leaves the yard, and Lovington gets the 2 runs back and goes up by a score of 12-2. Ellis has been trying for it whole game and finally gets the dinger. So Lovington gets the 2 runs back that they gave up in the bottom of the 6th. And now it'll be Joanna Ochoa's turn. Ochoa, an RBI triple and scored in the first, reached via an error in the third. Walked and was left straight in the fourth and grounded out in the fifth. Ochoa's had a very adventuresome day. She's also made some plays over at third. Started the game at first, and she'll take the first pitch high for ball 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Gallegos, a quick worker, back at it. The 1-0 pitch swung on. That's a hard shot on the ground. Hernandez settles in, grabs it, fires it over to first in time for out number 2. 6-3 for out number 2. Hernandez started things a little bit shaky out at short, but has settled down nicely and made quite a few plays out there. So now Braylon Hernandez to the plate. Braylon going to try and continue this. Lovington with 2 runs across, though. 1 out single for Delilah Ruiz, and then the 2-run bomb to left for Ellis. And that one is high and into the gap. Getting over to it is Gonzalez, but Braylon takes the first pitch she sees and shoots it to left for the 2-out single. And now Zoe Ellis to the plate. Ellis 2 for 4. Triple, single, fielder's choice, ground out. So Lovington, if they could tack another couple onto it, 2-out rally, you'd like to see that. Okay, goes, will kick and fire, and that one is popped up. That one's carrying out into deep center field as Gonzalez goes back to the track and makes the grab. So Ellis putting a little pop in it, gives it a ride, but comes up short. But the 2-run blast by Zimmery Ellis, and the Lovington Lady Cats go up by a score of 12-2. Bottom of the 7th, last chance for the Lady Rockets. When we come back, Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
Listen up. B&B Rentals and Services has got dumpsters. Can you believe it? 30 and 40-yard dumpsters. These guys are a contractor's dream. B&B Rentals has light plants, porta-john trash trailer combos, office trailers, emergency and recovery trailers. Conveniently located in Lovington, B&B can serve you anywhere in Lee County and the surrounding area. Find B&B Rentals LLC on social media, and if you can remember the number, call 396-1722. B&B Rentals and Services.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
The Lady Cats get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors committed by Goddard, and 1 runner left on base. The 2-run blast by Zimmery Ellis makes this a 10-run ball game once again. So last chance for the Lady Rockets. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. Crawford, Gallegos, and Nevadas due up. As Kidoga still in the ring, going the entire way to try and close this one out, try and go the whole way. She's got a whale of a ball game going. Giving up 2 runs, neither one of them earned, which I'm not sure is exactly right, considering they came in on an error that she committed. But They'll have to double check if the pitcher commits the error, if the runs do become earned. Anyway, Crawford steps in 0 for 2, and Quiroga deals fastball away, strike number 1. All right, as I pick the phone back up, the score bug. Yeah, I've been standing up since I got here. It's a little sore. The no ball, 1 strike count, and the pitch swung on and missed. Goddard with the changeup, and it's a no ball, 2 strike count. So Lovington looking to improve to 2-2 in district. And the pitch swung on, and that's a chopper. Handling it at short is Corral. And nope, it was on the fly for Corral. Sorry, I had to look down momentarily. So it'll be a line out by Crawford to Corral, and there is 1 down here in this bottom half of the 7th inning. Goddard 2-1 in district, so Lovington Goddard would be tied, but Lovington at the halfway mark would have the tiebreaker because of the head-to-head win. There's no big surprise that Goddard took care of Portales. They're kind of rebuilding this year. And the pitch to Gallegos, trying to help her own cause. Waves at strike number 1. 0 for 2 is the Goddard pitcher. So despite giving up 12 runs, has not pitched poorly. The 0-1 pitch took something off of it, pops it up right side. Ellis deep into the grass in right, and the second bagger for the Lady Cats makes the grab on the pop out. So quickly, 2 up, 2 down, and Goddard down to their final hope. They put runs on last time they got here. Can they do it again? So now it'll be Nevadas who try and extend the game. Lovington and Goddard would be tied record-wise, but Lovington with the tiebreaker would be second in district going into the doubleheader against Portales on Friday. First pitch outside, ball 1. Again, the Rockets coming in at 2-1. They were in second. Lovington at 1-2 in third, but that will flip-flop if Lovington can hang on to a 10-run lead. The pitch, good pitch as that one breaks on the inside corner. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Number 8 hitter for the Rockets. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Quiroga deals, and whoa, that one burns inside. Might have left a scorch mark on the sleeve, but it was inside and didn't hit anybody. Ball 2. So the 2 ball, 1 strike count. Quiroga deals and takes something off of that one, and it just clips the outside corner knee high. And so the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the Lady Rockets down to their final strike here this evening. 2-2 the count. Quiroga trying to go the whole way, and the pitch swung on and missed. Got her, ringer up, center down. Sanchez drops it, has to fire it over to first, but it'll be a strikeout to end the game, and Goddard goes 1-2-3 in their half of the 7th inning. So Lovington wins this one by a final score of 12-2. Final line score in this one for your Lovington Lady Cats. They get 12 runs on 16 hits, commit 1 error, and leave 9 runners out on the base paths. The highlight, the triples in the first inning by Ochoa and Ellis, Zoe Ellis, and then the 2-run bomb by Zemery Ellis in the 7th. Final line score for the Lady Rockets. They get 2 runs on 4 hits. They commit 4 errors in the ball game, and they leave 3 stranded. So Lovington goes to 2-2 in district, with Portales coming to town on Friday. Doubleheader time. We will have that for you here on Lovington Sports YouTube and on HobbsAmerica.com. So with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one. Big thanks to Tiff and Evie, keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. For my partner in crime, Don Morgan, on assignment tonight, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Roswell. The Lady Cats victorious 12-2 over the Lady Rockets. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Walmart